Chocks and Chocolates in between Chocobirds here for another video review. You might have guessed what it is already, or maybe not guessed because it's right in front of you. It's the new Cadbury Dairy Milk Salted Caramel Flavour Fingers. Yes. Very excited for these ones, very excited. One of the many products that Cadbury have released in recent months in the salted caramel range. Basically did salted caramel nibbles, salted caramel, well, Cadbury caramel, salted caramel, Cadbury Dairy Milk caramel, I think it is actually. What else did they do? Cadbury Whisper salted caramel, salted caramel cream, well, salted caramel egg or caramel egg. Probably something else I can't think of, but yeah, many salted caramel things. Basically about 3 or 4 or 5 years late jumping on the bandwagon anyway, because this is salted caramel's been a flavour that's kind of been the thing for quite some time now, and Cadbury have only just really jumped on it. I don't know why. Maybe they've just realised that last year, because they did loads of orange flavour stuff and mint flavour things as well. Maybe they, if they were both in different years or whenever, but maybe they've just realised, well, hang on, it just does a boost in sales. It's easy to do because all we do is just add a flavour to existing products. Probably what it is, basically. So there we go, so that's where we are. So yeah, salted caramel fingers, so quite excited for these ones, but obviously the main thing you might see is the fact it says flavour on them. So there's no actual salted caramel in here, which is a shame. If you think about it, you know, having a caramel on top of a Cadbury finger, that would be very nice, wouldn't it, really? And yeah, you know, I think that's basically going to be the problem with these. I'm predicting it already. In fact, it's a salted caramel flavour, and also will the flavour be very strong? You know, it just makes you wonder, because they've done, like, they have actually had caramel flavour products, like I said, the Whisper Gold salted caramel, Cadbury Nibbles with salted caramel, the Cadbury Dairy Milk caramel with salted caramel. I just wonder if it's the same flavour, basically. They've just put it in the chocolate this time rather than, you know, so even though the ones have got, you know, caramel in them, or some of them have, where it's basically the same thing. And I think, you know, the other products, you know, without jumping too far, they've not tasted overly salty, really. So yeah, I'm you know, I'm not optimistic, basically, but you never know, I could be surprised. So let's have a look at the box a bit further. Let's have a see. This Cadbury Dairy Milk salted caramel flavour thing, it says there, and it's got the same on the other side, but in reversed. Well, not reversed, but upside down, I guess. So either side is the right way up, depending on what orientation you've got. Best before on that side there. Hopefully still in date. Yes, it is. You can see as well, you might see the watermark there. Well, sort of watermarky. Basically, they pinched that from Cadbury Australia. They, in their products, had all this sort of watermarking subtly on the products, and Cadbury have done it now as well. I guess I say watermarks, more of a background there, but typically it looks a bit more watermarky in other products because where you tilt it to the light and things, you only see it in certain angles. But yeah. All right, and on the back where it says "Ready, Steady, Gone," it says. Just a massive picture of a finger. I assume that's actual size. It'd be a bit strange if it wasn't. Quite an interesting minimalist look. I quite like that. What does it say? Crisp salted caramel flavoured biscuits covered with Cadbury milk chocolate, 48%. So I'm assuming that means the biscuit's 52%. It just looks like it's the whole thing. All of that is just 48%, but I assume that's what it really means. So you see it's got palm oil in there. It's got palm fat. One or the other or both. What has it got? Anything else of interest? Can't see anything obvious. But there we go. And get in touch if you're not happy. Stuff like this. Recycle information. 114 gram pack. Yeah, no, there was I reviewed them in the past. Cadbury fingers. I mean, long story short is they've changed the size of the shape of the tray on the inside. There's a sort of a tray inside to hold the fingers, and basically they've made that an inconvenient shape over time to hold more fingers. So basically, as time's gone on, you know, this used to be, I don't know, let's just say 120 odd grams. Nowadays, it's just a lot less. And if you look at my older reviews, you will see that. And I actually did some comparisons as well. So, crackers, really, crackers that they've done that. But there we go, it's the way it goes. There we are. And over time, you know, it was like the limited edition ones and things. We used to have the smaller weightages, but then it's just become the norm, basically. Or at least that's the way it seemed. But anyway, it seems to be the norm now. So we've got Sue's Vegetarians there. Got the throw in the bin thing there. Some sort of recycle information there. We just talk about recycling there, so I think it's just a film you can't recycle. It has the throw in the bin thing. It's a bit confusing, that really. I mean, you know, you see that says throw in the bin, but then it says recycle there, and then don't recycle that, and yeah, I don't know, confusing. But there we are. Obviously, I think you'd rather just, you know, if you're a recycle person, basically, I think you just want to have a tub that you throw stuff in to recycle stuff, and I think that's how you want it, really, don't you? But I guess obviously the cardboard packet does separate quite easily from the rest of it. Yeah, it does have the tray. You can recycle the tray as well, of course. So, nutrition information per 100 grams, 514 calories, 26 grams of fat, 15 of which are saturated. So most chocolate products tend to be between 500 to 550 calories. This is more biscuit product, you might say. Per 21 grams, approximately 4 biscuits, 108 calories, 5 per 5 grams of fat, 3.2 of which are saturates. There we go. All right, very interesting, yeah. All right, well, I don't think there's much more to say, so I think we just need to lower ourselves down and give them an open. So let's do it. Let's give them an open. Right, okay, I'm going to give these Cadbury Dairy Milk Salted Caramel Flavour Fingers, new Cadbury Dairy Milk Salted Caramel Flavour Fingers, an open. Yeah, so without further ado, let's just get into it. So time recording, I've done about 1,020 reviews, if not more, believe it or not. So if you like this video, please click the like button, subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. And so I to place all my other reviews, well, some related ones, such as other Cadbury ones, other Dairy Milk ones, other Fingers ones, other Salted Caramel ones, things like this. So after you watch this, and I say click like and subscribe, go check this out if you enjoy this too. So you can see here in a tray. Now this is what I mean at the side. You can see that I should have showed you before I fingered it, took off the cellophane. But you can see that slant at the side. You can see that this false side here. You know, so just in fact, let's just pull them out. You can see here there. You know, this false shape here. So you know, in the old days, basically this would be more rectangular at the bottom. You know, it wouldn't have this false bottom here. You know, to basically restrict how much you can fit in. And that's basically what they do now. This silly trick. You know what I mean? So yeah. Bit poor, really, isn't it? A bit poor. Because just make, you know, you could just make it smaller, but obviously they don't want to just make it just small on the front, because that will be obvious that they've made it, you know, that they've just reduced the size. But you can clearly see, really, here, that actually, really, it's only really this wide here. You know, if we just put, I'm sure if we put them back in again, or if we go back to what we were on before, you'll see that they only really fill that bit of the tray. They might have done that in the past anyway, of course, but. I'm just trying to roughly throw them in here. Apologies for the haphazard way I'm doing it, but you know, yeah. So you can see here, they really only fill that middle part of it. They might have spread over a bit before, but you know, yeah. So you know what I mean. So really, it should only be that big, you know. So you think about it, just up to there, basically. That's all it needs to be. The size of the pack. So all this bit here is just wasted. So it's ridiculous, that, isn't it? It's ridiculous, really, when you think about it. I mean, I'm sure there was lots of waste packages back in the day anyway, when it did have a bigger tray and stuff like that, or you know, a tray that accommodated more fingers. But even so, all right. So how many have we got in here? Let's have a look. It's a nice smell coming from them, by the way. It's a nice smell. It's more of a dairy milky smell, I think, rather than salted caramel smell. But it was nice when I opened it. It's gone a bit now, dissipated a bit. So it might just be that they pump a smell into the packet, like they do with instant coffee and things, where you just pump a smell in, so you get a nice aroma when you open it. So there you go. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 22 then. I'm sure you used to get about 27 in these, 25 to 27 for sure. So yeah, there we go. All right, and it says so per 4 biscuits. So I've only got 5, 10, 15, 20, 22 there. So 22 divided by 4, what's that? 6, is it 6, 12, 18, 24? Just under 6, basically between 5 and 6. And your 4 biscuits is basically just between a 5th and a 6th of the pack, basically. Yeah. All right. There you go. Yeah, so quite a lot in the pack though when you think about it. So yeah, so you got about yeah, about between 5 and 6 times 108 calories basically. So quite a lot. All right, we've got the old measuring apparatus somewhere. Here we go. The calipers, here they are. Yes, here we go. Yes, on demand. All right, let's give them a bit of a measure then. So I assume these are not really changing in size. I'm sure just changing the amount you get in the packs. Yeah, that's the way they do it. 7.4 centimeters, but keeping them the same size, but reducing what's in there. 7.4 centimeters, and the height 8.5 millimeters, and the width 1.1. Okay. All right, so there we go. So that's what they look like. So typical finger action. So yeah, nice tie track effect on the bottom from the conveyor belt. A bit of a snap, and there you go. It's full of like a short cake biscuit. In fact, what is it? How did it describe it on the back? Yeah, just a salted caramel flavour biscuits. I'm sure it used to say shortcake biscuit. It just says salted caramel flavour biscuits now. So yeah. All right, yeah, interesting. All right, well, I don't think there's much more to say, so I'll set myself up and give them a taste. Quite excited for these. Hopefully they'll taste nice. Surely, well, fingers are generally pretty good, aren't they? But you know, how much will the salted caramel change things? Well, let's find out. Let's lift myself up, give them a taste. Okay, now I'm going to give these a new Cadbury Dairy Milk Salted Caramel Flavour Fingers a taste, yes. So yeah, very excited for these ones, very excited indeed. So we've got, well, we opened them before, so we've got fingers to hand, why not? Yeah, so without further ado, let's just give them a taste. Let's do it. Well, just going to go all in, why not? Not bad, you know. Just come across as a bit, yeah, do you know what? It works quite well in this, the salted caramel flavouring. I thought it would be a bit, well, just, you know, a bit underwhelming really. And obviously there's no actual caramel in there, you know, there's no real caramel, it's just flavour. But I think basically Cadbury fingers for me tend to be a bit bland, you know, they're just more biscuit than anything else. But this flavour really adds something to it, actually. I quite like this. It's quite nice. It just, as I say, doesn't, you know, there is a bit of a salty taste there. No, it's discernible. Just about. I mean, the first one it was a bit more than others, but it comes across quite well. In other Cadbury products, I've struggled that have been salted caramel flavour, one way or another. I've struggled to really discern the salted caramel taste quite well, and this one is quite subtle, but it's definitely got more of an impact. It's there, you know, just because of the fact that the Cadbury fingers generally are quite bland in my view, and it really works in these. Actually, it really works. It's very, very nice. Yeah, very nice indeed. Strange that, you know, let's say I reviewed sort of McVitie's milk chocolate digestives with a flavour in them. You know, they flavoured them in some way, shape or form. The flavour's always really subtle in those, and for some reason never really comes across well enough. But these ones, it is quite subtle, but it's coming across sufficiently enough just in the right amount, I think. Yeah. I think these are very nice. I don't think they're gonna, you know, blow your socks off. They're not, you know, gonna change your world or anything like that. But they're nice. They're nice. I've got a nice cup of coffee here. Let's see if we can do the old straw technique. It's quite dense biscuit, so let's see. It might be a bit messy. Just about, but it's yeah, you can just about. Lovely. Just about, basically, it is a lot of effort to get the coffee through it, but it does work. And although while it might not be the best straw in the world, it really softens all the biscuit all the way through. Actually, very nice. I enjoy these. They're really good. Yeah. I mean, again, they are what they are. They're not, you know, going to blow your socks off. They don't have any actual caramel in there. I think if they did, that would be even better. But I think that flavour just really takes what's a reasonably... I mean, if you really like fingers already, then, you know, I think this is a home run for you. But I think for me, fingers generally a bit bland. You know, they're okay. They're basically a 3 out of 5 probably normally, I think, for me. But these ones, with this added flavour, it just lifts them up. It really does. And I think, yeah, I think with all that in mind, and let's say it's not massive, it's not real salted caramel, as I say, there's no actual caramel in there. It is a flavour. It's still rather subtle, but it just lifts it up. Yeah, it lifts it up. I recommend these ones. Probably one of the better of the Cadbury salted caramel products as far as the actual flavour impact of the flavour is concerned. You know, some of the other things still are nice, but the flavour impact of the salted caramel's not really done that much. But with these ones, it really has made a difference. And yes, I think for me, 4 out of 5. Very happy with these ones. Very impressed. Okay guys, let me know what you think of these ones. Leave a comment or free. Always great to hear from you and always do a best to reply. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Check out the links for the Discord server and the mod program in the description. Great to support the channel and be part of the community. Click on one of the videos that's appearing on the screen now as well. Great to support my channel by continuing to watch my content. And have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Thanks again guys, take care, bye for now. See ya.